Namaskar children. Hope you all are safe and sound at your home. Happy to see you all. So, you all like stories, don't you? Today, I'm going to tell you a story of two friends. You know, it's about Krishna and Arjuna. Now, imagine a battlefield. Can you see a chariot there? And someone is standing there with a flute in his hand with an yellow dress. Who's that? It's Krishna. And someone is sitting there. He is Arjuna. And he is sad. And Krishna is trying to console him. You know why Arjuna is sad? Because he don't want to fight against his relatives. They were in a battlefield and Arjuna has to fight against his relatives and he don't want that. Then Krishna says, "Hey Arjuna, don't be sad. It's your duty, it's your karma and you have to do." Okay, and he's trying to console him by saying, that whatever has happened for good. Whatever is happening is also for good. Whatever will happen shall also be good. What have you lost that you cry for? Okay, Krishna is asking, what did you bring that you have lost? What did you create that was destroyed? Okay. And what you have taken has been from here. What you gave has been given here. And what belongs to you today belonged to someone yesterday and will be someone else tomorrow. So, Krishna is trying to say something that we can't create anything. Arjuna, we can't create anything and we can't destroy anything. Everything is changing. Okay. And do your duty. So, Arjuna listened to Krishna and he understood his karma and he fought the battle and he won in it. So, where there is Krishna and Partha together, the victory is always there. Okay. So, that was the story. And coming back to our topic, that particular point that Krishna reminded to Arjuna. What was that? We can't create anything and we can't destroy anything. Our today's topic is actually related to that. Okay, students? And one more important thing. In ancient India, there were many scientists, but we actually call them as saint. They all were saint. Okay? And one such saint was Kanada. He was a Maharshi. He was a saint. He studied about, he discovered that all the padarthas, all the matter is made up of very tiny particles and he named it as Kanam. Also or that can be called as Anu. Okay? Now, scientists tried to discover these things. By the 18th century, scientists understood that matter is divided into pure substances and mixtures. And this pure substances is actually element and compound. And by this 18th century, they understood the difference between element and compound. And there were many scientists. Now, we have to study about two of them. And they were Anthony L. Lavoisier and Joseph L. Proust. I repeat, Anthony L. Lavoisier and Joseph L. Proust. They have laid the foundation about all these theories and all these discoveries actually. And they have formulated a theory and it is actually a law, and that law is the law of chemical combination. The law of chemical combination. The law of chemical combination. You know something? This law is actually made up of two other laws. And the first law is the law of conservation of mass. It is the law of conservation of mass. Actually, here comes the significance of Krishna and his sayings. We can't create anything and we can't destroy anything. We can just convert the form. Okay? Now, in science, actually in modern science, this theory, this law of conservation of mass is formulated by Anthony L. Lavoisier. And for science, it needs proof for everything. If there is a theory, then science needs proof. Okay, so we have to do an activity, an experiment. Okay, and for that experiment, we need certain chemicals. Here, the chemicals used are sodium sulfate and barium chloride. I repeat, sodium sulfate and barium chloride. Okay. Now, see, a conical flask is taken, and inside the conical flask we are going to take certain amount of sodium sulfate solution. And the weight of this conical flask along with this sodium sulfate is known. We have to weigh it and we have to find out this mass. And also we have to take a test tube. Okay, and inside the test tube, barium chloride solution is taken. Now tie the test tube with the help of a thread and put that test tube inside the conical flask. I repeat, take this sodium sulfate solution in a conical flask and barium chloride solution in a test tube. Now tie the test tube with the help of a thread and keep it inside the conical flask. But make sure that the two solutions are not going to mix. Now weigh the entire system. Suppose the mass of sodium sulfate along with the conical flask is X and barium chloride with the test tube is Y, and the total mass is X plus Y. And after that, allow the barium chloride solution, which is taken in the test tube, to pour inside the conical flask. I repeat, we are pouring that barium chloride solution taken in the test tube to the solution inside the conical flask. And what was that? Sodium sulfate. Now listen guys, all on a sudden you can see the formation of a white colored precipitate. Okay, you can see the formation of a white colored precipitate, and that is nothing but barium sulfate. Listen, when sodium sulfate is reacting with barium chloride, you are getting a white colored substance, and that is barium sulfate. Along with that, you will get one more substance, and that is sodium chloride. That is sodium chloride. So, again, weigh that substance along with the conical flask and the test tube. And you can see it is X plus Y. If you weigh it, you can understand that the mass isn't changed. Even though a change happened, some new substances are formed there, but the net mass is just as the mass before the reaction. Okay, and what does that indicate? It indicates that the total mass before reaction is equal to the total mass after the reaction. And of course, as you can see, changes happened. Some new substances are formed, but the total mass is remaining constant. Listen, the net mass isn't changed. The mass remains as such. So we can say that law of conservation of mass states mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. Or in other words, we can say that the total mass before reaction is equal to the total mass after the reaction. Okay, we can't create mass, We can't destroy it. We can't create matter. We can't destroy it. We simply changed its form from one form to the other. Okay, that's what Krishna says. We can't create anything, Arjuna. We can't destroy anything. Okay, we simply changes. These things are changing. It's a deep knowledge. Children, you should understand that. And also, you have to understand this law of conservation of mass. Hope you all understood and all enjoyed our today's class. Thank you. Namaskar.